To discuss all of this further, I'm joined on set by our international affairs editor, Rochelle Ferguson Bouyahi. Now, as we heard there at the end, Donald Trump had said he'd be possibly calling Keir Starmer this weekend. Of course, probably going to give him an earful, if so, about what's happened with the BBC. So it's been a bit of a difficult week for the Prime Minister, hasn't it?
It has indeed, Catherine. One of the many issues that Keir Starmer's been grappling with this week is, of course, as you just mentioned there, the BBC. There's been other things, though, going on, particularly within the political landscape for Keir Starmer. Why? Well, several British media outlets have reported that there could possibly be a challenge to Keir Starmer's leadership. Increasingly concerned speculation at this stage, it has to be said, that there could be this, imminent coup against the Prime Minister. A name that came up quite a lot this week, Catherine, was Wes Streeting. That's the country's health minister. And according to some senior figures within number 10 Downing Street, up to 50 frontbenchers were willing to stand down if Starmer's upcoming budget landed badly and there were any issues there. It has to be said, Streeting has since come out and said, look, he's confident that Keir Starmer will be the one leading the Labour Party into the next elections. Those are, of course, scheduled for 2029. He says, I have had no conversations about an imminent coup with the Prime Minister. His closest allies say, look, he could still be vulnerable. They stress that this would be a reckless and a particularly dangerous move if there was any challenge to Keir Starmer's leadership. They say this would not only destabilise markets, it would equally affect international relationships and, of course, the Labour Party. The question, Catherine, is what does all this do? What it does is expose the ongoing issues, infighting within the beleaguered Labour Party. Just a reminder that if there was any challenge, there would have to be 20 percent of MPs who supported this move. That would be about 80 nominations. So we're a long way off, but again, exposing, really putting into light the issues going on within the Labour Party. And we'll remember all of the infighting within the Conservative Party. That was back in 2016 up until 2022 when they cycled through 5 different leaders. So, of course, the Labour Party wanting to avoid all of that political chaos at the heart of the party.
Now, Rochelle, where is all of this stemming from?
Well, on the 26th of November, Keir Starmer is going to have a big job ultimately. He's going to have to navigate, be seen to supporting a budget in the UK. Now, that budget, just as we've seen here in France, has caused a lot of woes within British politics. Now, the UK Finance Minister, Rachel Reeves, she's decided that she won't be raising income tax because that would ultimately go against a pre-election pledge by the Labour Party. So that would be particularly tricky for the party itself. The budget, though, has already been subject to a great deal of criticism from other parties. The Conservative parties, Kemi Badenoch, coming out saying, OK, she's not going to raise income taxes, but she will end up raising some taxes. No taxes at all should be raised. The Lib Dem party has called this, just trailing income hikes, which will eventually take place. So it hasn't been officially put into place as it will be on the 26th of November, but it's already faced steep criticism. All of this, you might say, is a reflection on Keir Starmer's party, on his government, and also his personal standing. His popularity, if you will, Catherine, has nosedived since he came into power. Those are over issues like the budget, not just that, though, economic growth and also irregular immigration. All of those issues Keir Starmer's having to face. Just in terms of polls, I want to give you just a sense of what Keir Starmer has in terms of popularity. 21% of British people saying they have a favourable opinion of Starmer. 72% seeing him unfavourable. That's according to a YouGov poll. That's kind of a pan-European survey, if you will. There's only one other European leader who's as unpopular as Starmer at home, and that's Emmanuel Macron. So that gives you a sense of his plunging popularity. All of this, of course, giving more space to Nigel Farage and his hard right Reform Party. Next general election in 2029, but of course there are those key litmus test elections for the Labour Party in 2026.
Rochelle, thank you so much for sharing your analysis. That's France 24's Rochelle Ferguson Bouyahi from our International Affairs Desk.